Doppler effect in sound. What is Doppler effect in sound? Suppose source of sound and observer both are at rest position. Now in this case, observer can clearly hear the frequency produced by the source, frequency of sound produced by the source. Now it is the first case, both are at rest position. Now in this case there is no change in the frequency. But in the second case, suppose source of sound is at rest position and observer is moving away from the source. Now in this case, he cannot hear the actual frequency produced by the source. He can hear the decreased frequency only. Now in the second case, the third case it is, so source of sound is at rest and observer is moving towards the source. Now in this case also, he cannot hear the actual frequency that is produced by the source. He can hear the increased frequency. Suppose the next case, it is the source of sound is in the motion and observer is at rest. Just we are changing. So it is observer is at rest and source of sound is the motion. Now in this case also, observer cannot hear the actual frequency that is produced by the source. Suppose source of sound is moving towards the observer. Now in this case also, he can't hear the actual frequency. He can hear the increased frequency only. If both are moving towards each other, now in this case, what happens? Frequency, apparent frequency increases. But he can't hear the actual frequency that is produced by the source. Suppose the both are in the moving away from each other. Now in this case also, he cannot hear the actual frequency produced by the source. When they are in the relative motion, he can't hear the actual frequency. That is Doppler effect. What is Doppler effect? The apparent change in the frequency heard by the observer due to the relative motion between source of sound and observer. Now here we have to derive the apparent frequency that is heard by the observer in the different cases. The first case, what is the case? It is source of sound is moving away from the observer. Source of sound is moving away from the stationary observer. Means observer is at rest position and source of sound is in the motion. So we have to take two frames. First one, it is observer frame. Observer is at rest position. Source of sound only it is in the motion. Suppose it is the source frame. Now it is in the motion. Source. Velocity of the source is Vs and velocity of the sound that is produced by the source is V, and the separation between observer and source is L, initial separation. Initial separation between source of sound and observer is L at t equals to 0. At t equals to 0, the separation between observer and source is L. Now it is produces one sound wave. Okay, it produces one sound wave, first crest. So it takes at a time to reach the observer. What is the time taken by the first crest to reach the observer? Time taken by the first crest to reach the observer. So time formula, time equals to, it is a distance by speed. So the time taken by the first crest to reach the observer, the time taken by the time taken by the first crest to reach the observer. That is t1. T1 equals to time equals to distance by speed. So distance here, distance L by speed V. It is the velocity of the sound. It is the time taken by the first crest to reach the observer. Now again after t0 time interval, it is produces second crest. But during that time it travels certain distance. Now what is the distance traveled by the source? Distance equals to speed into time. So velocity of the source is Vs and time here it is t0. So Vs t0. So the distance it travels, that is Vs t0. So what is the total separation between the observer and source? So up to here it is L plus additional distance Vs t0. So L plus Vs t0. L plus Vs t0. L plus Vs t0. Now what is the time taken by the second crest to reach the observer? The time taken by the second crest to reach the observer. The time taken by the second crest to reach the observer. So T2 equals to time taken to produce the second crest, that is T0. So it is T0. Time taken by the second crest to produce, that is T0. Now time taken by the second crest to reach the observer. So time equals to distance by speed. So what is the separation here? L plus Vs t0. Distance is L plus Vs t0 by V. Let it be equation number 2. Now after again it is another t0 time interval. It travels certain distance. It is produces the third crest after t0 time interval. Again it is produces another crest. So during that time it travels certain distance, that is Vs t0. Vs t0. So total separation it is a L plus V. It is a Vs t0 plus Vs t0. 2 Vs t0. 2 Vs t0. Up to here it is L and it is a Vs t0 plus Vs t0. L plus 2 Vs t0. So the time taken by this side is the third crest to reach the observer. The time taken by the third crest to reach the observer. So it is a T3. So after 2 T0 time interval, T0 plus T0, after 2 T0 time interval only third crest will produce. So time taken to produce, that is T0, and it is the produced wave have to reach the observer. So it is a time equals to distance by speed. So what is the distance here? L plus 2 Vs t0. L plus 2 Vs t0. L plus 2 Vs T naught by V. Now generalize the terms. The time taken by the n plus 1th crest to reach the observer. The time taken by the n plus 1th crest to reach the observer. The time taken by the n plus 1th crest to reach the observer. That is generalized term. Now here it is Tn plus 1. Suppose if it is 3, it becomes 2. So it is n plus 1 means here we have to take n T naught plus L plus. Here we have 3. Just we are writing here 2 only. That's why it is n plus 1. Here we have to write n Vs T naught by V. Now time interval. The time taken by n crest to reach the observer. The time taken by only n crest to reach the observer. That is time interval. Time taken by n crest to reach the observer. That is time interval. That is time interval means it is final time minus initial time. Tn plus 1 minus T1. What is Tn plus 1? T equals to, so Tn plus 1. Tn plus 1 means it is n T naught plus L plus n Vs T naught by V minus L by V. So it is n T naught plus L by V. Separate the denominator. N Vs T naught by V minus L by V. Now L by V gets cancelled. Now here we have to take n T naught common. So 1 plus, here it is a Vs by V. So it is a time interval. Now we have to find out time period. Then after we have to find out the apparent frequency. Time interval, it is the time period means time taken by the only single crest to reach the observer. It is the time taken by n crest to reach the observer. The time period. Time period is nothing but it is T equals to, it is the time taken by n crest to reach the observer divided by number of crest. That is equals to time taken by the one crest to reach the observer. T equals to, that is time interval, it is n T naught 1 plus Vs by V by n. N gets cancelled. T equals to T naught. Now take LCM, V plus Vs by V. Now what about the frequency, apparent frequency? Apparent frequency, n equals to reciprocal of the time period. So 1 by T naught is V plus Vs by V. Now reciprocal of the time period, that is frequency only, it is actual frequency, it is n naught. Now reverse it, it is a V by V plus Vs. When source of sound is moving away from the observer, what is the apparent frequency? Apparent frequency apparent frequency. Apparent frequency n equals to V by V plus Vs into n naught, where n is the apparent frequency, V is the velocity of sound in air, and Vs is the velocity of the source of sound, and n naught is the actual frequency that is the produced by the source. Now we can derive another formula also for the same apparent frequency, approximate formula. Here apparent frequency, now in this case it is the apparent frequency, denominator value is the higher value, so it is a lower value. So apparent frequency is less than actual frequency that is the produced by the source. So frequency, apparent frequency decreases here. Now another formula, apparent frequency n equals to reciprocal of the time period n. Now what is the formula for the time period? Time period t equals to, it is t naught 1 plus Vs by V, 1 by t naught 1 plus Vs by V. Now 1 by t naught means it is n naught, apparent frequency. Now bring it into the numerator, 1 plus Vs by V. Now in the binomial expansion, 1 plus x whole inverse equals to 1 minus x, and we have to neglect the higher order terms. So n equals to 1 minus Vs by V into n naught. It is the apparent frequency. You can write it is n, it is a V minus Vs by V into n naught. Case 2, when source of sound is moving towards the observer. Now what happened to the apparent frequency? So when source of sound is moving towards stationary observer. Stationary observer means observer is at rest position. So the direction will be reverse. So here what is the apparent frequency? In the place of Vs we have to consider that is a minus Vs, because velocity of the source direction changes. So in the place of Vs just we have to write minus Vs. So apparent frequency n equals to V by V minus, in the place of Vs we have to write minus Vs into n naught. In this case apparent frequency is greater than actual frequency that is the produced by the source. Frequency increases. Or another formula, it is n equals to V minus Vs. Now in the place of minus here we have to take minus Vs. In the place of Vs we have to take minus Vs here by V n naught. Minus into minus plus V plus Vs by V into n naught.